And on this show, we highlight the ingenuity of Liberians in and out of Liberia by sharing their successes, challenges, entrepreneur endeavors, and much more with the intent to inspire other upcoming changemakers. The 1847 show also promotes the Liberian culture by creating a space for individuals to learn the history of our nation, to find solutions to problems that affect our country today. For this and much more, stay tuned for all things Liberian. We'll be right back after this short break.
Then you're more to the seaside. Boy, you chilling with a beat style. Styling it. Go slow on the shisha. We your side. We your side. Then you're more to the seaside. Boy, you chilling with a beat style. Styling it. Go slow on the shisha.
You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Hi guys, I'm Levine and I'm an independent artist from Liberia, West Africa. And being an independent artist means I get to run my own affairs, sponsor my own music, pick my own release dates. So, not to waste your time, I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm trying to raise $5,000 to promote 2 songs over a 3-month time span. And I'm asking that you help out in any way you can. One of the songs are playing in the background right now, so that means you're one of the first persons to hear this. The proceedings are not just going to go to the promotion of these songs, it's going to go to helping the underprivileged in any way I can. And everything is going to be filmed and posted on my social media. So please help out. Thank you.
You got something that I need. You bring light to my soul. Nobody does it like I do. You already know. Can't get enough of that.
Hey, welcome back. You're watching the 1847 show, and this is the 4th edition of our Music Fest. This segment highlights the work of artists who are using their music to promote the culture and interests of our beloved Liberia. Our artist today is Joshua B. Baver, a multi-talented individual who is a geographic information systems engineer and a dynamic artist. His passion for music and ambition to contribute to his generation are few of the many reasons we look forward to the interview today. So let's welcome our artist. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. Hello, Monrovia. Hello, Liberia. Hello, the rest of the world. This is Bosco, Joshua Bosco Baver, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So who is Bosco? Tell us about Bosco, my man. The name is very unique. And also, it sounds very, very much like the first time when you hear it, it sounds like something you've heard before. So who is Bosco?
I'm glad that it leaves, a kind of a deep impression. Yeah. So Bosco Bosco is me. My full name is Joshua Bosco Baver. So I am, like you said, an geographic information engineering. That's what I did as my major. So I'm a photogrammetrist, and also I am an engineer in general. Uh, got a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering, and then master's in what I just mentioned, GIS engineering. So that's the academic side. There are all accolades to that, and also Joshua is a multi-talented individual. You know, does art, into sports, and very jovial, and also Bosco. I want to stress on the part where you want to know what the name is or where it came from. So Bosco is my actual name, and um, when I started this whole music thing, I was thinking about what could be very unique that I could use as a name for my music and the brand. And then I couldn't really come up with something different or cool that really represented. So since Bosco was my name, I just decided to stick with it, and I've been growing it as a brand. And so basically that's what Bosco is. And then but then the distinction is in the middle, where there should be uh
Yes.
SEO the S. Yeah, you notice there is a dollar sign, because I did a research online, and then I saw there were other people, or there are other people who also use the name Bosco. So to make it very unique and distinct, I did that. So whenever you search for Bosco, if you can just find it directly, you can just use the one with the dollar sign, and definitely you will find Bosco. So there's so much to Bosco, and they say the better way to know a person is to have a conversation with
Right,
them.
and
So
that's
so
exactly why we're here today. So tell us, you spent a couple years in China trying to pursue your education. Like you said, you have your bachelor's and also got your master's and your engineer. Very impressive, my man, to do that and do music on top of that. While you were in China, I know some of the struggles you had was, being put out of school because of funding issues, and then you had to get a scholarship and so on and so forth. So with all the success that you've had, with now getting your master's, getting your bachelor's, what does that mean to you, and what does it mean to your family?
first of all, like my family is my support system. So we're very tight knit family. We support each other, and we've always been proud of each other, pushing each other to go far, and just take on whatsoever challenge that is out there, and know that nothing is impossible. So definitely, I cannot say there was a surprise that I came to China, and have been able to be really successful in my academic sojourn. But also they are very proud of me that I could achieve such a milestone. Yeah, and China is a very unique country, special. Like it is not a democratic state. If not all of us, but most of us already know that. So, the education system, the schooling, it's a lot different. You're in the classroom, you can't really ask questions until the supervisor, or the lecturer, or the professor has lectured. And even if he says like any question, you just like he really doesn't mean any question, like no, and stuff like that. So a lot of challenges that we face as a musician, and also balancing academics with music. But through it all, it has been a really great experience, and we've grown, we've matured, we've experienced a lot, and it has been great. I would say conclusively, it has been great, and I'm grateful for the experience. So music is just an outlet that I'm able to express my creativity, and also express myself. So if you listen to my music, you might actually get a great insight into the person I am to a certain extent. Yeah.
Awesome, my man. And I must say, you have made some monumental milestones, and we must applaud you. So good work. Thanks for representing Liberia very proudly. And if I can guess, you also speak Chinese, right?
Oh yeah, you, you guess right. Like I do speak Chinese. I try my best to have proper communications. You know, using the Mandarin, the Chinese language. So I mean, if you want to say one or two, I'm
Yeah,
open
man,
to it.
I believe you. You guys that are out there, engineers trying to get your masters, you people are too smart. So I 100% believe you. But let's talk a little bit about your music now. Like you said, you did school, and then now you're trying to focus on your music career as well. So your name actually is fairly new to the big stage. But I know, you did not just get into music. You've been, as a music enthusiast yourself, the passion for music is deeply rooted in you. So tell us, how long ago did you start having, or did you realize that you were going to be a musician?
I would say I developed passion for. I've always loved music. You know, growing up, uh, very young, earlier on, growing up in the church, would always go for choir practice. You know, the choir jam into gospel melodies, and then we had access to all of these instruments, the jazz drum, the keyboard, and everything. So I grew up around music, so I've always loved it. But then I didn't really know if it was what I would have, you know, developed to be my passion and the like probably a career or something that I could pay more attention to. But then eventually, it became clearer. So back in Liberia, I what happened was I was in the University of Liberia. I just want to make it quick a little bit. I was in the University of Liberia, and then the Ebola crisis, came up, and then all of that. So I started to attend music school, and it was at that school that I met, my friend, and we started discussing music. We started writing, and before I could realize, it just developed into something that I really started doing constantly and regularly, or being part of youth organizations and other things, where we started singing and rapping, singing in the church, or singing in the community. So I started doing music on the ground for a long time, but mostly I was writing. But then I could do other things like sport and drawing and stuff. But when I really sat and it clicked to me that music is the one. It trumps everything else. And then I just grew into it. I gathered that passion, that confidence, and also the support from my friends and everything. So yeah, they pushed me a lot. And I was like, you know what? I think this is good. I don't think I'm that bad, so I should push it and see where it goes. So I actually do music because I love it and it's a part of me. Yeah, it's a passion for me, and it
So if
is
you're if you were
really
to put a number to that, what year would you say around, or what age roughly did you start really investing your time and energy into music?
I would say around 2000, late 2011, early 2012. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
that's
I
awesome. As you
started.
can see, yeah, as you can see,
So
we
it's
have
been a
some.
long process. Yeah, it's been a long process of behind closed doors. The work we do, and then now probably people you might see me here, or other people might see me here and be like, "Oh, yeah, it's a new name," but then you have to do the work behind the scene, and then who knows where it goes from here.
Consistency is what always pays, right? You've been consistent over the years, and then your time will definitely come to actually reap what you have sown. So, like many other careers, my man, if there's one thing I know, when you take the entrepreneur path, like being a musician, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're controlling your own career. So there are several challenges that come with those. So tell us, what challenge have you experienced? Not just being a musician, but being a musician in a foreign country. What is it like making Liberian music in China?
Well, I'll put one word to it: challenging. In fact, maybe two: super challenging. Yeah, it is not easy. I remember when I got to China in the the end of at the end of 2015. I came to China, so went straight, pay attention to my lesson and stuff like that. But then looking for recording studio is one thing. Actually finding the recording studio to do the type of work you want to do, communication barrier, and just everything was just there. It was really tough. You might not even get the quality work you want. The producer cannot understand you. They don't know Afrobeat is not here. Probably maybe they're not exposed to hip hop and all those things. So it was really challenging. And then to the point where I just stopped. Like I stopped. There was a point where I stopped totally, nothing, no interaction. I just focused on school. But then every time, sometime I thought I would listen to my own demos, on my phone, and or my friends. Sometimes I play, be like, why would always listen to these, in the car or at home? What can and stuff like that. So I started to share it with other people close to me, and they really did well to encourage me, to push me, and yeah, I just woke up one day. I decided, you know what? I'm not an I am an engineer, but then sound engineer. I'm not there yet, but I will start from somewhere. So I just went, bought equipment, put it in my place, just started figuring it out myself until I got to the point where I started recording myself and doing these things, producing myself and everything. So I'm not the best yet, but I can tell you that I can do my best when I do that. So from that stage, just from moving from not being able to find in a recording studio to you recording yourself and probably helping other people to record. It's just the process has been beautiful, though challenging, but they what it did was at least uh, it made us it actually helped us to improve, to learn something new. And now I can say, yeah, I'm not just going to take the microphone and just rap or sing, but I can actually, do the engineering aspect of making music, which is a very beautiful process as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I would imagine it also makes you to take a lot more pride in your music, right? Because if you're
Oh,
making the
surely, surely. Because it's here, it's here. Like my art teacher always used to say, creation, only God has the power to create, right? And then next to God, you have artists. So artists do create. So I'm like, okay, I just took that and always run with it. So musicians are really are people that are really smart, cognitive skills up there, high IQ men and everything. So I have high respect for people that create. Other people might think it's easy, but it's nothing easy. So yeah, I would say I'm proud of the progress I've been able to make. But there is still room for improvement, and this process has just started. Like we haven't done anything yet. KMTV 1847 show, LIB Monrovia, Liberia. We're here. We're announcing ourselves. We're here to stay, and we're going to make our presence felt in the impact all over, not just in Liberia. And if you listen to our content, we encourage you to do so. You will notice that we don't just make music just for Liberia. I kind of have studied over the years how to find my own voice and how to blend just the Afrobeat spirit with the Western hip hop. When where we know that our culture is really diverse. So how can we find the link between that? I was able to study that, and that's my own style I came up with. So it might sound very unique and a little bit different, which is good. Change is always good. So yeah, we it is our hope that we can bridge that gap. Other people are already doing great, but we want to make our impact too.
For sure, my man. Very impressive how you are able to not just let your environment determine what your future would look like by using already challenging yourself, getting resources, and then trying to learn a whole new career path, if you will, just to make sure you're able to make music. I think that's a lesson anybody watching or who is going to watch this at a later time can take and apply it to any aspects of life, right? You do not have to wait for things to happen to you. Sometimes you have to be the one to make them happen. So keep that in mind. So one of the main reasons we're here today, my man, is to listen to your music, and I'm really, really excited. And we have some good content here. So you're listening to Bosco. He's told you about himself, but what makes an artist is his music, right? So what is Bosco without music? So and that's what we're about to get into right now. Play some of the music, get some feedback. We also have on the screen here his social media follows. So he's on Audio Mac, and you can find him. The name is on the screen. Also, Instagram is right there as well, and Facebook. So in the meantime, if you want to keep hearing these good sounds, you have to follow the man because, of course, he's an artist. He's always going to be coming out with new releases. But we're going to jump right into it. The first song we have here is "Move Differently," and we're going to go right ahead and play this song. Let me know, Bosco, if you can hear or if you can't hear it.
I'm moving differently. Gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live. Count my blessing and the stressing can catch me if you try. I'm moving differently. Gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live. Count my blessing and the stressing can catch me if you try. Yeah. Bosco this, Bosco that, Bosco nice and Bosco proud. Get my own lane, I don't follow the crowd. I'm a winner, make mama proud. Mama, born away, represent my name. Stepper, the dream team. For this since I'm going in. Sorry, not sorry, I did it again. Take the pain, it's a part of the game. Oops, I won the bag. Take the fame, we're not the same. My DNA, the W's, I cannot lose. The devil is a liar, I'm the proof. Moving different, gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live. Count my blessing, and the stressing can catch me if you try. Yeah, moving differently. Gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live. Count my blessing, and the stressing can catch me if you try. Yeah, they don't love you like that. Disappoint you like that. In your face, they gon' repeat that shit like run it right back. Plain tees, black jeans, white teeth, black heart. You be surprised about the things they say behind your back. I see them smile with me, but deep down they afraid of me. Deep down they ain't no friend of me. Deep down they wanna be like me, like yeah. Wannabes, the low heat always hitting beats. They are 7 Pharisees, they wanna suck you like a leech. Burning sulfur, holy water, make them peach. I'm a boss, stick your L, don't make us sing, You thought I'd ever silver, bet you wish, Bars will make you sober like a moving different. Gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live. Count my blessing, and the stressing can catch me if you try. Yeah, moving different. Gonna get on my wrist, shoot my shot on miss. Yeah, we live like this. I get wide awake every day we live.
Wow.
Moving differently.
Moving differently, my man. So tell us, in the world where we have so many musicians, right? How are you able to move differently so your music sounds unique and different every time?
The first thing is you need to understand yourself. You need to know yourself, and then if you know yourself, then you understand that you're unique because no two people are the same. So moving differently, it comes from a place where I am me, and sometimes I feel like a lot of people, they get me wrong. They don't understand me, especially if you're not close to me. And I don't open up a lot to a lot of people. So I move with like the vibes, how, the way you move, the things you say, the words you say, your approach to conversations and all those things. I pay attention to details, like the nuances of them and all of those things. So maybe I might be really open to this person, and then to this other person I'm not. So moving differently is just a statement that I'm saying that this is me. It's fine. It's okay to be you as well. Bosco is this person. Like, I'm friendly. Like, the invitation, extending the invitation as well. You don't have to see me just as a competition. But if you do, it should be a healthy competition, where we can coexist and improve each other and all of those things. Because there was some, there was a time, several times in fact, when I told you where I got stranded to record music and things that some friends from other countries, they are tech savvy and everything's for them. They already could do that thing, and they would just don't want to give you the time to record. They don't want to make music with you. Something I'll be like, oh, let's say it's just a song. It doesn't matter if I get on the song. Maybe I kill the song. I can't help. But then it's a subliminal thing. However way you could take it, like I'm extending an invitation and everything. But then if you don't, this is me. Like I'm not changing. Like just let's get along and enjoy. So that's why moving differently is for, and it's also to encourage you that you're unique, you're special, you're just who you are. Like don't change for anything. But if you change is good. Change positively, progressively, but not into something else where you will lose your identity. And now you become worthless. Like it's no more you. Yeah. Right. So that's what moving differently is all about.
I love that song, my man. It's my favorite song so far from you. So moving differently. That's why I had to start off with the best. Great song. However, you have a lot more other songs that are amazing as well. So we're about to play this other song. It's called Use That Side. And I'm sure
Then you're more to the seaside. Or you chilling with a beat star. Stying it. Go slow on the shisha. We your side. We your side. Then you're more to the seaside. Or you chilling with a beat star. Stying it. Go slow on the shisha. We your side. We your side. Come on, baby, stop under. Let me get it up under. Let me see your hands under. Let me see your. Let me get it. Come on, baby, stop under. Let me get it up under. Let me see your hands under. Let me see your. Let me get it. Spending money, spending money, spending money, spending money. You start, if you ain't feeling me, you start, if you ain't feeling us, you start, if you ain't feeling us, you start, if you ain't feeling me, you start, if you ain't feeling me, you start, if you ain't feeling us, you start, if you ain't feeling us, you start. We spend my opinion, don't put me in a hurry. Everywhere across, we are sad, so don't worry. Now we're making money, non local or foreign. Yes, good life, we made it. You know me, I'm a vital baby. Body on body, price, she got it. Just begin tongue, but now we are tiring. But in the song, I'm your favorite. Come on, baby, stop on there. Let me get it up on there. Let me see your hands on there. Let me see your, let me get it.
Yes, my man. That is Use That Side. Use That Side. So the title of the song is a very catchy song, and it's something that is relevant today. So tell us, why is it important that when you're making music, you have to use phrases like "use that side"? Why is that important as an artist to use catchy phrases like that?
Like if you pay attention, you notice that the things that artists say, most of the time, technically, they're not new things. Like they're the first to say. Sometimes it's just things that everybody say, but then they don't say it that way. It's not poetic. It's not well shaped. So maybe I will come up with something and make it very catchy that you can sing along to, make it simple for also a little bit or catchy or maybe complicated. And then you'd be like, oh, that is so dope, or why didn't I think about it that way, or something like that. So artists are people that that dive into that space. So or in regards to Use That Side, I would see that one day and I was like, okay, I do the hip hop and stuff. Like I'm very diverse and stuff. I do the hip hop, the Afrobeat and everything. So but I want to do something where like for my fans and supporters and other people out here too, because we, a community of not just Liberians and or people from the African continent, so that they can learn like something from my country. What does it mean? They always ask like, what, Kolopa, what does this mean? Like, and something. So finding that balance in between saying something, learning a new phrase you could say, or language, because we actually we speak of Koloba out here like a language we wish it could be,
Hmm.
because anything is possible. So they are very interested, and then yeah, so use that side. It came. It was an inspiration. It came, and then we are able to put it together like the way you hear it in the song, and it's also about great feelings, good vibes, no negativity, something that will make you feel good, because you can have the motivational songs and everything, but you need something too that you can nod your head to, or maybe you in the gym, you're working out too, and things like that. So yeah, it's very important that when you're saying things that maybe people have heard but not exactly that way, it's very important that you put your twist and your spin on it, make it your own. Let your voice and yourself sound in that song or that melody put together. So when you present it to the world, like definitely they'll tell you like, oh, you've done a great job. So it's really important. Like you ask the question. So yeah, you can't just say the same thing everybody's saying. And that song, it might be nice, but it might just be nice for a day or a couple of weeks, and that's it. And you forget. So
Right.
that's why it's important. These lines and phrases rather, will go very long way.
Help you connect with your audience for sure. So, like I said, this segment, if you're watching, this is our music fest. We're here to celebrate Liberian artists like Bosco, which we have today, who are using their music to promote the interests and culture of Liberia. Use that side, a very famous Liberian phrase. So, if you're watching this, please don't forget to follow the artist. Again, we have his information here on Audio Mac. He's Bosco on Instagram. He's Bravo Joshua, and then on Facebook, you can find him as Boss Music. Also, while you're doing that, also don't forget to follow the 1847 show. We're on all social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on and so forth. We have a lot of other great content coming for you today and in the future. So you definitely want to be following Bosco and the 1847 show. But for now, we're going to switch to another song. It's called 1 to 100 Bars.
Hey, I'm one of the greatest, the one to debate. My life is a movie that can't catch a break. I shoot for the stars, who I never mace. I humble the put in, I work every day. I'm number one, no, I can't take my foot off the pedal. I came to this game like a rebel. You know, by the game, and I see that the table is so good. I made my own table to settle. I keep it 100, this is what I wanted. A prototype, I'm an OG, to be honest. Wanna play daddy, your kid, I'm a savage. She kinda pathetic, but I just said it. He lucky in the city, can't let you get near me. My mind's on the media, gotta go get it. 100%, I rip on the bench. I make it look easy, the lick and I can it. I don't regret it, the Sunday, the bet you little homies don't wanna tell me on a Monday. You said I told me that product you drunk from a plane with a parachute. Call me an honor and made me a barbecue. Said something crazy like I love you. I don't wanna become a part of you. Lay my head down on the plate for you. Tell me the body was made for you. Tell me that doing a team for you. Maybe just maybe that wouldn't have changed. Maybe that still be the same. Answer my phone with a ring. Maybe that give you my name. Balance the pleasure of pain. Favorite spot in between. Gotta take one for the team. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. You know what I mean. Hey, yo, I'm a puzzle, the boundaries, but I gotta be mindful what you wish for. I could be a blessing or your worst thing. That depends, impress me, make you want more. Should it belong to the streets? See, all for the fame. She seen that I crazy in Dior. I ain't gonna lie to your body, your fish. I see that you freak out, give me a call. Guess it's all part of a cost. The price you pay for the ones you love. The extra more, you ready to walk. The finish in your gut, by the Rick say it all. Shoot for the moon, but aim for the stars. Say your piece, but don't go too far. Know that I'm the best, been the best so far. To get what I want, no strings to toss. Ayy, and I'm outside the cookie crumble though. Say my name, but not the syllables. 5 stars, I'm the general. Holy water from the synagogue. I call me hot, super hot fire. I'm the one that wanted all the Maya. If favorite rappers write a ghost writer, I lean back and let shit fester.
Wow, my man. Wow. Wow. So that song and Venom from your album Brush Strokes are very lyrically mature. And I play that song because, of course, we have the Afrobeat side of you, and I also want to showcase this side of you that can go hard on the track. So, how long did it take you to create that work of art? The whole album, you have a lot of catchy songs on there. And again, the album is brush strokes. So if you haven't heard it or you want to go and listen to other songs on the album, you can find it on YouTube, Audio Mac, and so on, Apple Music. But go ahead. How did you create that work of art, my man?
Um, so okay, so like just in case for those that don't know, when you decide to do a project, there are so many ways to do it. One of those ways are you do beat hunting and to shuffle the type of instrumentals you would use for it, or sometimes you might maybe start with the melodies writing first and then in your head and then create a beat to it. So for the 1 to 100 bars, I had an instrumental already. Yeah, it was actually like a friend of mine sent me the instrumental. I was like, I feel motivated. I want to do something. Like, can you send me something? He's like, yeah, I got something. Let me just share it. Like, and he shared it. But then I had it, but it was just in my in my phone and on my computer. Like, it was just there. So when I decided to do this project, which started over, I'm sure you guys heard about the COVID situation. Yeah, so I started the project about that time. When I was going through. Then I played again, but this time it sounded different. It connected, and I was like, okay, and I was so motivated and everything. I was just ready. I was already in album mode, so I just press play and I just started going. So mostly 1 to 100 bars started as a freestyle. Like, I just played the beat and I would just rap, repeat it and just rap until like I was all over it. And I was like, you know what, let me just press play it, and then magic happened. You have 1 to 100 bars, and the rest is history. Yeah, that's actually how I came up with that way.
Awesome, my man. Awesome. Great work. I'm really trying to keep up with the comments here. There are people commenting and we want to showcase all of them. So thank you guys for staying engaged as well. Like I said, we're going to put the social media handles on the page. So if you're following, when we go for our break, just take that 2 minutes and follow the 1847 show and also the artist Bosco. There's a lot more great content to come for you, but you want to make sure you're following. That's the only way you're going to get notified. So make sure you're following all of our social media handle and then keep commenting. We'll do our best to showcase all the different comments here on the screen, as you can see currently. So right now we're going to go to another song. And this song is called Cold. Another great song.
I ain't gonna lie though, it is a cold world. It hurts and feels like yesterday, but tomorrow is a better day. I said it's stuck in my brain the guilt to the shame, emotion, the pain. But if you're rapping, put your hands up. Hey, Bosco. They don't know ya. The pain, the scream, the shame, nightmares, bad dreams. They don't know ya. Lessons learned from pain. Now I can face the rain. The mercy follow me, for my heart turns cold. They don't know ya. Mercy rain on me, mercy of my soul. Life has been testing me all kinds of ways. Feelings in my heart, it's like I'm falling to my face. Talking in my words, I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think about the plans we used to make. The plans for the good life. Pretty girls and the fast cars. Double date under the moonlight. But it all was a dream. Say you lit to sleep. Hello, from the other side. I've been texting you for this and getting no reply. But the phone that I could talk to you just one more time. Why the sun go on if it's summertime? Never was to leave no one behind. It's a tragedy I can't take off my mind. But I know that you will wanna see me smile and see me shine just one more time. Yeah. The pain, the scream, the shame, nightmare, bad dreams. They don't know ya. Lessons learned from pain. Now I can face the rain. Let mercy follow me, for my heart turns cold. They don't know ya. Mercy rain on me, mercy on my soul. Yeah, said I've been drinking, reminiscing. You can tell that I'm stressed. You know, copy bra, you were the best. Do I walk through the valley of death? I know that I'm covered. Cause it up in heaven washing over. We all got our crosses to bear. Never thought that I would say you too. Or why so soon? Why bros? We were like four soldiers. I'm proud that I told you I love ya. Now we gon' be brothers forever. To you, but I think I need closure. But I'm glad the pains are finally over. Cause we were like four soldiers. I'm proud that I told you I love ya. Now we gon' be brothers forever. To you, but I think I need closure. But I'm glad the pains are finally over.
If you're looking for somebody, put your hands up. Say if you're looking for somebody, put your hands up. Everybody in the building, put your hands up.
Yes, my man. Yes. So cold, actually very different. The beat, the lyrics in that song is kind of very distinct from your other songs, and it's really heavy on emotions. So tell us, what emotional state of mind were you in when you created that track?
Yeah. Code is very special to me because it is a tribute song. I did some part of last year we lost I lost a friend, a little brother. He was actually schooling here, and the way it went, it was mysterious. Cannot we didn't understand. We just got the news that he passed, and yeah, it was a tough time. It's still kind of a sensitive issue now, but you understand, like, for us, music and other things are ways that we used to express our emotions and let feelings out and get in touch with it as well. So that song was actually done for him as a tribute. Yeah, but then when I was writing it, I also realized that other people that might be listening to the song, like I said, it's a very sensitive topic, might feel emotional and also start to remember, maybe they lost someone, or they missed someone, something like that. So I wrote it from a point where, in as much as it is a tribute song to him, but you can also relate. If you down or something like that, it's okay, it's fine, it's life. There's there are ups and downs, and but one thing is certain is that it will be okay. So uh, just keep your head up and keep going. And you are here. What can you do? Since like you might, you may not be able to see that person, or those people anymore, but then maybe you can do something positive to remember them, and stuff like that. So that's what the song is technically about. Yeah, cool. You can even tell from the title, it's cool, like the cover art, the tune, and everything. Yeah.
Good.
It's a special one, actually.
Awesome. So we got one more song before we take our break and come back to the last segment of the show. And this is more like a freestyle, which will go into our few last questions here. So stand by.
Okay, we're back again, huh? It's another one. Bosco, baby. Shout out BH. I see you. Aye. Lord above, I'm the truth. This the second coming. Top of the money, wakey, stop slipping on me. Remember the name BOS to the CO, baby. I should spit a fire verse, I should go crazy. Maybe, the outcome will be a murder scene. As you watch the pen bleed, as you watch the rapper scream, as you watch me end the dreams, as I rip these bars apart. Literally, no statutory. It's been a minute since I've been away. Now far away in a time loop, trapped between space in a Milky Way where stars are born, the planets of the apes. Ain't no babysitting case. This the passion born in rage. This the icing on the cake. I'm the thoughts you can't erase. The expression on your face. You know what time it is? New music on the way.
Yes, sir. So that's actually one of the songs where you have a visual to it. Why is it that a lot of your music so far there is no visual to complement it? We looked on your YouTube page, we couldn't see any videos or anything.
I did one, I think, couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years. It's called "Forgiving My Sin." Like, only that one have visuals. So, but then the other ones I did after, I actually had setback with doing the videos for them, because I plan my project and I love to execute them the way they are formed in my head, and I want to make them come out like that. So I really couldn't do it the way I wanted to do it, and I just also don't want to put anything outside just like that. So I'm very critical about these things. I am a critic of my own music, so I'm actually working on visuals, but they're actually going to be at least the way that I want them to be. So when I put it out there, they can represent the music. I don't want it taken away from the music or not doing it justice and or things like that. So we are working on visuals, and we're going to do them one by one. And trust me, you actually understand more exactly maybe what we are saying in songs, and understand as we attach those music videos to them. So that's the main reason. But you can count on it. We actually gonna bring the videos for those ones, and we're also working on other great projects as well. Yeah.
Awesome. And we'll talk about your upcoming project towards the end of the interview. But for now, we're going to take a short break. But before we go, I want you to take the time and tell the Liberian people and whoever else is watching why it's important to follow you and follow the 1847 show.
Maybe I should say, why not follow me? Oh, okay. So, well, I'm Bosco. I am a Liberian, and I am doing what I can do it in my own power, and then I have my friends and support group and team that also support me out here. So we're doing this. It is not just only about Bosco. It's also about representing Liberia. It's also about not just representing Liberia only in China, but then other people also occupy the music scene. But then we are very unique in our own ways. So there are other ways we might also be able to contribute. So that if you empower us, we can be encouraged to do more, to keep going, because self-supported and all of that. Sometimes it becomes daunting, and it's discouraging, and sometimes you feel tired, burnout, and other things. But then at the end of it, the bottom line is the passion for why you do it. So if you're out there, I just encourage you, even if you're feeling tired, just click subscribe, at least listen to one song. You can be the judge, and I promise you won't regret it. So support Bosco. We have great things coming up, more inspiring music, and we get better with every song and every track and every message out there. And we are unique, so we have a lot to give out. So yeah, I'm just encouraging, and you won't be disappointed. And it feels good also to be part of something that you can say, oh, we're there from the genesis. We started this thing, we built it, and now look at where it is today. So you can be proud and point a finger and say, yeah, Bosco is representing, he's flying the flag. So let's just put our hands on him and support as well. Yeah.
Right. So we'll take our short break, and we'll be right back. And again, use this time to follow your artist Bosco, and then also the 1847 show. And then coming up, the last segment of the show, pretty much we're going to be reacting to other music now that is not Bosco's music. But as an artist, other people have created work. A lot of these works are things that are in the past, and we want to see his reaction to those. And maybe he has a different taste, or maybe he loves it and he was inspired by some of it. So stay tuned. We'll take a very short break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Grace Choma Baba, founder of Destiny Creative Organization and owner at Janice Snacks. You are watching the 1847 show. The 1847 show celebrates you, me, and all things Liberian. Follow the 1847 show on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. The 1847 show, all things Liberian.
Hi guys, I'm Levine, and I'm an independent artist from Liberia, West Africa. And being an independent artist means I get to run my own affairs, sponsor my own music, pick my own release dates. So, not to waste your time, I'm gonna go straight to the point. I'm trying to raise $5,000 to promote 2 songs over a 3-month time span. And I'm asking that you help out in any way you can. One of the songs are playing in the background right now, so that means you're one of the first persons to hear this. The proceedings are not just going to go to the promotion of these songs. It's going to go to helping the underprivileged in any way I can. And everything is going to be filmed and posted on my social media. So please help out. Thank you.
You got something that I need, baby. You bring light to my soul. Nobody does it like I do. You already know. Can't get enough of that.
Then you're more for the seaside. Boy, you chilling with a beat star. Styling it. Go slow on the shisha. We your side. We your side. Then you're more to the seaside. Boy, you chilling with a beat star. Styling it. Go slow on the shisha.
Welcome back, everyone. You're watching the fourth edition of our Music Fest here on the 1847 show. Wherever you are, thanks for joining us. We have today our artist here, Bosco, who is currently based out of China, representing and making beautiful Liberian music. So welcome our artist back to the screen here. And then now we're going to go into the second segment of the show where we're going to react to a couple other Liberian music that is not his. And like I said, so these musics are older. So a lot of them from the 2000s. So if you haven't heard them, we're glad to, if you've heard them before and it's been a long time, we're glad to be able to bring it back to your memory. So we'll go ahead and play the first song here.
Some people got a hero to make. Your hero is your hero. My hero is my hero. My hero, yes, I'm a hero. I'm a 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 hero, yes, I'm a hero. Yes, they go to the show. What about your weird? But you got that money, DJ. That was go. See your bands. Some people here to make a market. Some people here to be up and down in the street. Some people here to pay the same of me. I got my hero, it's music hero. Oh God, I say.
So you've heard the song, That My Era. So that right there is a very old song. And tell us, what memories does it bring back to you? And we know for you, but you have two areas. You're an engineer, you're also an artist. But what memories does that song bring back, my man?
Yeah, you saw me laughing. You know, it definitely brought back memories. This song came out just around the time I graduated from high school. Yeah, this song was everywhere. Graduation parties, and people were just having time with it. And I can say, yeah, it was a hit. It was a hit all over the country. Like everybody knows, your era. So just hearing it, it brings back memories about home and good time. Like colloquial and everything. Yeah, that song is one of, it represents Liberia. Let me just say, if you say Liberian music, and then, yeah, that song is really Liberia.
It's an OG song, right? Yeah. So we have another song here. It's called "Big Mistake" by Friday the Self Man, my man. We'll go ahead and play that. So Big Mistake by Friday the Self Man, my man. We all have heard at least one or two of that man's song. And one thing I always like about his song is how they're very heavy on the tradition. You can see everybody dressing in their traditional attire, celebrating, dancing. And I really always appreciated that about him. I am not a traditional man. I did not grow up like that, but I always like when we celebrate that regardless, because a huge part of our culture, who we are, is tradition. So what do you think about it?
Firstly, Friday is a legend. I mean, if you're doing Liberian music or you listen to Liberian music, you know that Friday is a legend. And yeah, that song. You remember we mentioned something earlier on where we're talking about the importance of using catchy phrases and stuff in your song, like Use That Side and other ones. In his song, I think he said something about simple mistake, you out. You know, like it was everywhere, like simple mistake.
Yeah.
You're outside. Yeah. So this song is just one of those songs that when you having maybe wedding, doing a wedding ceremony or graduation parties and great time to celebrate where Liberians gather together and stuff. I mean, it's 98. The chance of hearing that song is probably 98, 99%. They're gonna play that song. Although there are new songs, Liberian songs now, but like, our time, growing up and everything, those were the bangers. So there is no way you can do this song. So yeah, that song is one of those. It's up there. Yeah.
Of course. Yes, my man. That's absolutely true. So now it's your turn to select one music for us to react to, one of your favorite Liberian music of all time. We'll go ahead and search it, and then we can react to that. And then for the people watching as well, if you have a song that you think maybe Bosco can relate to, or maybe an artist that is similar to Bosco that you want him to be aware of, or hear their music and react to their music, this is your time. You can comment those people in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and play one or two of those songs. So feel free to share your thoughts on that as well. But Bosco, do you have any artists that you want us to play so that we can you can react to it?
Oh, like funny enough, me and my friends, when we played and joke and do stuff like that, especially see that at times we just play Liberian music, and they will play all of those songs they have there. But then I would tell them that Takunje 6 Jew is my favorite Liberian song. Like it's not because it's better than other songs, but like it's my opinion, it's subjective. But I think I just like the flow, I like the beat, and it was done back then. It still sounds good today. So yeah, we can play 6 Jew by Takunje. I love that song.
Don't you whip your hands up too and let's move. Got my 6 Jew, keeping up on my 6 Jew. Okay, on my 6 Jew, dollar to the 6 Jew. Okay, talking about the 6 Jew that can get fixed too. Okay, who means you do that all of your too? Okay, got my 6 Jew, keeping up on my 6 Jew. Okay, on my 6 Jew, dollar to the 6 Jew. Okay, talking about the 6 Jew that can get fixed too. Okay, who means you do that all of your too? Okay, qualified to get her model, go to school. When it's school, everything was very cool. Pour a susu the bottle when she in her room. I used to talk to her every day on my telephone. Damn it, thoughts are sweet, nice on the telephone. Planning in the future just to be on rhyme. Call a second to before that to my crew. I told my baby get jump my LIP with her crew. But for low telling me is she cool? Okay, she can join the crew, doesn't matter what she do. Call it dead, you have broke the rules. I used to see her every night, all this I beg your blues. Damn it, to my telephone, call my boss, DJ Blues. DJ Bob Blue, but how you do? Yeah, someone figured you last night in the who? I saw her dancing on the stage, you will never need to tell me. Got my sex you, keeping it for my sex you. Okay, who know my sex you, tied to the sex you. Okay, talking about the sex you, that can get fixed too. Okay, who means you do that all of your too? Okay, got my sex you, keeping it for my sex you. Okay, who know my sex you, tied to the sex you. Okay, talking about the sex you, that can get fixed too. Okay, who means you do that all of your too? Okay, call the folks you have been good. You so treat me good for my weed, like a sue. Soon they bread and I do not come and chew. Okay, tell a taxi, I go, I see my whole crew. Okay, tell my whole crew for my brand new Jew. Brand new shoes and my brand new home. But she got a kind of attitude just like the other Jew. For the fifth Jew was never home. As soon as I take my phone to go off phone, I been safe tune. Now she the only one got me running that stupid food. The only one I got me walking, eating pack or juices too. I never knew that she could do the thing she do. Okay, get me reduced and I getting confused. Hey man, hey boy, what's happened to that Jew? Okay, come on.
Yeah, my man, Six Jew, good song. I had to what you call it? That's one of my favorite Takunje songs as well. He's the only Liberian artist that I've gotten starstruck by. When I was little, I looked up. Takunje was a legend when we were coming up. I remember I met him. I was like 8, 10 years old. I met him at SKD and I was able to touch him. And I was like, oh my God, I just touched Takunje. And I went home thinking about that the whole time. I remember him being very tall. He's the only Liberian artist to date that I was really starstruck by, and that was many years ago. So Takunje is definitely a legend, and he has definitely carried the Liberian music industry in his own way for several years. Well, what is your take on that?
Yeah, everything you have said. I mean, it's what it is. You got to get the man his flower. Like Takunje is the real deal. Takunje has been releasing hit song after hit song. Representing Liberia, Colorful to the world, and all those things. He plays part. Probably he's still doing music, I think, but I mean those ones you can take away. Like they are still classic. But I want to let me react as like a musician reacting to music. I would say that storytelling. If you pay attention, that music is storytelling, and storytelling. A lot of artists they sort of shy away from it because maybe sometimes you just have or an instrumental 3 minutes, probably 4 minutes, and the ability for that cognitive reasoning, that special gift for you to explain, to narrate that story just in 3 minutes, and then they should also rhyme and be catchy and interesting. It's not just a walk in the park. So looking at that time I can be able to using the colloquial flow and be able to narrate a story that way and make it catchy that you can put it on repeat. It's really great, and it is one of those songs where you can tell that it could even be, or like there could be volume 1, volume 2, like the story could continue going on. So for that, I just like to point that out and give him his props. That if you listen to songs, you also pay attention to these things. Yeah, it's not just easy because someone would just get on a song and just it's easier to just say something until 3 minutes is over, but to explain a story, stick on topic, and every line complements the next one and the bars and everything. It's great. So salute, shout out to Dr. Jizzle.
Yeah. Another reason why he's the legend, and not just to do it, but to do it where it's entertaining and it's like you just want to keep listening to the next line and on and on. Very impressive. Now, so let's talk a little bit about your upcoming project. You have something in the works. You mentioned that in your freestyle video. Tell us about the project. What can we know? What do we have a need to know right now before the project is actually released? What can we anticipate?
Well, I'll confirm that I'm working on a project, an upcoming project, an EP actually. It is, it's in I'm in a creative space, and the creative process is ongoing. So I'm not really going to. I don't want to say a lot to jinx it, and because I could write something today and tomorrow it changes, and the lyrics and all those things. So, but what I would say is you can look forward to it. It's going to be my best work so far, body of work. Making reference to the one I did before, the breaststroke. Um, I'm this artist that when I'm writing, it's like a portrait. I'm painting a picture. Have the canvas, and then the brush is there. Like every stroke represents something. It brings together all my imagination, my creativity that I have up here, and then so this line comes here and connects with this one, and I'm painting and stage by stage, and then you will start to see vividly what I'm trying to do until that picture is being formed or is formed. It's completed, and you can be able to understand like, oh, so he was painting a picture and it's actually maybe a horse or a star or something like that. So it's one of those. It's also something like that I'm doing now with this project. It will come up next year, the early part of next year, around February. I can give that away. Like I said, it's going to be my best work so far. And I have the motto that I go by and say the next one must be better than the last one. So that's how I work. Like the next one must be better than the last one. So you can look forward to it. We are working, and we will release a single to promote the project, and hopefully we can come, on this platform and talk about it. Yeah, we're open to that, and we look forward to that too. Hopefully, and you will hear it. You be the judge of that. But I can promise you won't be disappointed. It is something different in a direction that a lot of people ain't going into right now, because it's creativity. If you don't do it, someone else or somewhere might get inspiration similar to that would do it. So I can say no one is doing. I would just say a lot of people ain't doing right now. So since we have that inspiration and we're heading in that direction, and I'm very passionate about this, and I can tell you that it's great. And pay attention to the season when we are releasing it, also to give you a hint to know what it is. And it's something that you will put on repeat. You can listen to it in your car, you can listen to it in the gym, you can listen to it in the bedroom, you can listen to it in your home. Like anyone can listen to it. Very pure and mature content. And this one is going to take Liberia further on the map. I promise that. Yeah, I'm putting my name on the line on that. I can tell you. So, yeah, the project is. I can't even wait. As I'm speaking about it, I'm so excited. So we look forward to that. Definitely, it's
How,
coming.
how many songs can we anticipate?
Um, I have I have thought about just 5 songs, but then I might sneak something in there like a bonus track. So it's 50-50 yet. Yeah,
Okay.
so 5 songs, about 5 songs, or 6 songs, but it's not going to surprise us.
Is it appropriate to ask for the name of the the project? If it's not appropriate, we understand. Sometimes you got to keep things, secret until.
You can ask. What I would say is, like I said, pay attention to the season when we want to drop it. And it's also really it is mature content, and I don't want to jinx it. So I would tell you that right now I won't be giving away the title of the the EP, but it is in the direction of support, love, inspiration, guidance, storytelling, motivation. Yeah, it's not just. It is the perfect balance of dance and laying back and enjoy.
So perfect
So
balance
it's
of
not
moving differently. Use that side.
and use that side. Exactly. So it is one of those things, yeah. And also like the flows, the beat selection, and all, and the writing style, everything is just it has been going well so far, and I can say the way it's going, you never know. Like maybe we just drop one track, boom, and just for the fans because you guys are supporting, and I don't want to not give anything away, but I hope you understand because now I might come and say the title of the project and then it changes or something like that. Maybe I might just go to bed, wake up, new idea, something like that. So let's just say it is about love, it is about caring, it's about support, it's about inspiration, it's about motivation, and it's a perfect balance between dancing and also relaxing, driving, and anybody can listen to it. Whether you religious, you will listen to it. Whether you not religious, it is also a content for your ears. The kids can listen to it, adults can listen to it. So yeah, it's coming and it's coming soon and it's coming to take over.
That's awesome, my man. Thank you. So we're at the end of this interview. Now we want to give you the floor. Any last words? I always like to tell people that come on here, imagine a younger version of yourself before you had the opportunities that you have now. What advice would you give that younger version of yourself? Maybe there's an artist out there that is going through some of the struggles that you have gone through. What would you tell them to motivate them to keep pushing so that in the end they can not only do good for themselves, their family, but they can also do good for Liberia?
Oh, thank you very much. I would say that wherever you are, be it home, abroad, there are always going to be challenges that you might want to be complacent and use them as excuses. But don't do that. So I'm not. Don't look at me and say maybe oh he's there so he got access to all of these things or something like that. No, I also have my own challenges that I face. So whatever it is, don't stop. Don't stop. Get around it. Get over it. Crawl under it. Whatsoever way, but get to the other side. Like just try to keep going. Stay motivated. Like you should ask yourself the question, why do I do it? And if you're able to, honestly answer that question, then you're doing it for the right reason. But if you can't, then probably maybe it's not what you are called to do. But you can still be, around there. Like not everyone will sing. You can still be like a producer or someone that support another artist and other things, but you can still be in the music scene. So like, don't stop, just keep going. You might have multiple talents and be thinking like, which one is my real calling or stuff? Because I also had that problem. But then don't say I will just do this. Like explore all of them, and the right one will be predominant. So keep going, keep pushing, keep representing Liberia, and your idea is your idea. You might explain it to someone, they might not be in the position to understand, but trust me, stick to it. And when it comes out to the world will be ready to listen. And you just get there and do your thing. Don't be discouraged. Don't say, "Oh, maybe, oh, I'm doing nursing, or I'm trying to become a doctor and stuff. So music is not my thing." Hey, musicians are the smartest people in the world. We create. It comes from a place of love and everything. So balance that. Go for it. Live this life. Become a blessing. Your music and save people. Someone that might be thinking, suicide or anything. Like just go for it. Don't stop. And shout out to you guys back home supporting me. Shout out to everyone here in China, my team, Orlando, Rufin, or Catherine, or Talo, M46. Hey, Choice, I see you in the comment, and Chigarito back home. My big sis, the Dr. Yamanjo Baba King. She paid for my first studio session and all of that, and for that music to get recorded. So thanks to you all. I see you. It's just we're just getting started. We're here to stay. More great news, great music to come. Let's do this together. Let's go to the play of it's Bosco. One love.
That's
And thank you
awesome.
also to 1847 Show. I have to mention that. I must. I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. Like, I really appreciate it. All you guys did is free of charge. We didn't pay any money. They didn't, nothing like that. They're actually supporting, Liberians, and at least they came this side because everything is not just Australia, US. We are out here too, people. Like we are doing things. Yeah, put a spotlight on us, and you won't be disappointed. So thank you so much. Highly appreciate it.
Awesome, awesome. And I must say, I like your simple swag today. The shirt, chain, very simple to the point. You look fly, my man. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being on time. Thank you for all the build up, the excitement. And this is a new platform, but the intent will always be here to promote the work of people like yourself. And we do that for artists through our Music Fest segment. So if you guys that are watching, if you haven't already, please use this time to follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and we are the 1847 Show. So you can find us on all those platforms. We have a lot of great content coming up, so you don't want to miss out. And also remember to follow the artist Bosco, and we have his social media handles here on the screen. And until next time, guys, we thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for engaging. We appreciate you. Have a good rest of your weekend. And for an upcoming week, may God bless you. And of course, God bless our beloved Mama Liberia. There's one more comment here. Let me put it on the screen before we head out. Awesome. Thank you, Rufine, if I say your name correctly. Thank you for staying engaged. And to everyone else, have a good weekend. God bless you. Stay safe. And God bless.